friends, Barkey Dog back with another movie review. Every year about this time, people gather together and begin to argue about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Well, it's not. I wasn't going to wade into this debate, but this is clearly an apples and oranges argument. We're talking about movies set at or during Christmas versus actual Christmas movies. They're not the same thing. For example, the first Lethal Weapon movie and Batman Returns are both set during Christmas, but no one is going around calling them Christmas movies. Christmas isn't the focus of the picture, so Die Hard clearly falls into this category. Then there's actual Christmas movies that are about Christmas. Miracle on 34th Street, A Christmas Carol, Jingle All the Way, The Santa Claus, A Christmas Story, Santa Claus the Movie. These are Christmas movies. Christmas is front and center, and celebrating the holiday is what the movie's about. So there you go. True, Hans Gruber timed his robbery to coincide with Christmas, but that doesn't make Die Hard a Christmas movie. It's simply a movie set during Christmas. But that's not what it's about. Only on the internet is this a thing. However, by way of offering an olive branch to you Die Hard is a Christmas movie fans who are wrong, I have such a movie to share with you for this video. A movie set at Christmas, but it's not really about Christmas. Namely, a TV movie from 1969 called Silent Night, Lonely Night. I'm gonna warn you right up front, this one may be hard to find. Like the Jeff Goldblum Sleepy Hollow TV movie, this was released on VHS, went out of print, and hasn't appeared in any other format. I don't know why, since otherwise these things are just gathering dust in some vault. Fortunately, some kind patron of the arts has posted a copy on YouTube. And I'll put a link down below for you if you want to watch. Silent Night, Lonely Night stars the mighty Lloyd Bridges and Mrs. Partridge herself, Shirley Jones. You'll also find turns by Carrie Snodgrass and a youngish Cloris Leachman. Jeff Bridges appears as a younger version of his father in a flashback scene, which is pretty cool. So, good principal cast. The movie is about two lonely people at crossroads in their lives who meet by chance and become drawn to each other over Christmas. But not in the Hallmark way or the Lifetime Channel way. This one is actually grown up, natural, and believable. Lloyd Bridges and Shirley Jones encounter each other on a bus going to Amherst, Massachusetts, where, by the way, the movie was shot. They wind up staying in the same inn next door to each other. From there, the relationship grows, again, in a natural way. His wife is in a nearby mental hospital, and her prognosis doesn't look good. She's fading away for a long time, in between episodes of self-harm, and Bridges has been left adrift. Shirley Jones has just found out that her husband, away on business in London, has been fooling around. So her whole world is also collapsing in on her. For the first time in her storybook marriage, she has to consider divorce. She's going to Amherst to see her son, who's attending school there, and she's going to send him to London to have Christmas with his dad. The son isn't in the know about the affair, obviously. The movie was directed by Daniel Petrie, not to be confused with Robert Petrie. Oh, Rob! Petrie directed a ton of TV projects starting way back in the 50s. He also directed a few regular movies such as The Betsy, Fort Apache, The Bronx, Six Pack, and a sequel to Cocoon. Now, as I say, this is a TV movie, but being from 1969, it's still before TV movies became synonymous with El Cheapo productions made on an assembly line. With this one, you could tell they wanted to make something good, not something made fast. So it doesn't feel like the TV movies we're all used to today. Even though it has the timing and story beats expected with the TV format, it still has the vibe of a regular theatrical feature. Also, being from 1969 and made for television, there are some things they can't do. For example, Lloyd Bridges' wife insists he get an annulment, which he eventually does, but very reluctantly, before he even thinks about another relationship. But he insists they're still married. And a young couple in the inn are just living together, but eventually they realize marriage has its positives. Well, I saw this playing on TV years ago and never forgot it. I remember it was just different and interesting. It has this slow pace and sort of an adult, grown-up view of a growing relationship between two people in the midst of loneliness. The ending is also grown up and adds to the believability of the picture. It's not what you normally think of when you think made for TV. I'm gonna give this one 2.5 paws, though your mileage may vary with this kind of movie. It is slow, it takes its time, it has certain sensibilities from the era in which it was made, but that's all okay. I like the picture, always have, flaws and all. True, Silent Night, Lonely Night is a product of television past, but it deserves a better availability and a wider audience than it currently has. Well, that's all I have for you this time. And I'll be back soon with another video. In the meantime, you take care of yourselves, okay? And I'll see you in the next one.